Hi Virgos, it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. This is from my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. We are covering your weekly reading, going over a little bit of health, career, work, finances, and love, romance, dating, or just relationships in general. It doesn't always have to be romance, okay? Keep that in mind. We'll have the link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards as a part 2 and a continuation where we'll dive in deeper, go into you and this person you may be dealing with, where their energy is at, what are they thinking about when it comes to you, how do they feel about you and their heart and soul, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action or move will be towards you, and then followed up with your advice at the end. So that will be linked below. It'll be linked to Vimeo as available for purchase, okay, if you're interested afterwards. Okay, so what's going on in the sky for all of us this week? Okay, so starting off the week on December 4th, we have Venus moving into Scorpio. So we're going to feel more drawn towards people, places, things we can have a deep emotional connection with, or you may not be drawn to anything that's surface level. You're like, I'm going to go deep. You may be more intrigued by like mysteries, the occult, spirituality, things that are unknown, all that stuff. And then on December 6th, we have Neptune in Pisces going direct. So it's time to start dreaming again. This could be a super creative, imaginative time. You may have more ideas. You may even start dreaming more, having more lucid dreams, so you can write them down. If you are someone who's artsy or creative, or you're trying to expand and kind of dream bigger, this can be a really great time to kind of dive into those things, okay? All right, dive into your art, your creativity, pretty much. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so my beautiful Virgos, for this week, when it comes to your health, I forget who else got this. I think it may have been Capricorn, maybe Capricorn. So maybe you and Capricorn are on the same page when it comes to health this week. I just feel like you're taking control. You're taking power and control over your health. You're just getting things done. You're not messing around. And I just feel like you're getting more passionate maybe about doing, taking care of yourself or doing an activity. Maybe you're involving yourself in some kind of exercise, sport, regimen, routine, whatever works for you. This could also be a week when maybe you're getting some dental work done, or you're making an appointment, thinking about it, or buying something that's for your head, whether it's like your hair or your headpiece, or kind of just making sure you're thinking about things the right way. But I feel like this week you're getting more passionate and you're directing your energy and focusing in on whatever is most important to you, okay? There could also be an Aries in your life that's influencing you or helping you when it comes to your health. Maybe it's your doctor, your trainer, something of that sort, okay? All right, and then when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, in this area of life, you're expanding. And something is coming into full circle for you. You may be traveling, maybe for work, or you get a chance to travel for work, okay? I do also feel like you could be interacting or doing business, or interacting with people that are from a different place. So maybe you have an online business or e-commerce or something like that, or you sell products, or you're connecting with people all around the world possibly. And if it's not traveling, you could be connecting with people, maybe selling products, services, or doing some travel abroad, travel study, possibly for school. And I feel like you're expanding. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're growing, you're expanding, you're becoming more well-rounded, more well-versed in whatever it is that you're working on, or your gifts or your talents. And if you do have an online presence, or maybe you have an online business or content creator, influencer, whatever the case is, you may be reaching wider audiences now, okay? Or like you're growing substantially, and maybe you're attracting all kinds of different people, all type of different clients, customers, stuff like that, or followers, subscribers, whatever you want to call it. But it does look like you're growing, you're expanding, or you may be traveling, or really kind of seeing the bigger picture of where you want to be, or where your business, your work, your career, everything is going, okay? So very, very positive. And then when it comes to your love, romance, dating, or relationships, on your side here, we have Perspective in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Nine of Swords, all right? So some of you may have Pisces in your chart, or air, like Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, okay? All right. And then on this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above. we have here the Ace of Crystals, Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Crystals. Okay, so as far as who you could be dealing with, it could definitely be another earth sign like yourself, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, but doesn't have to be, could be any sign like I always say to you guys. Could just be the energy this person is embodying, playing out, or maybe be like a mixed match of one of those, but just something to keep in mind, okay? Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, so it looks like you something you may be struggling with this week that may be kind of holding you back in some way, shape, or form is how you're thinking about things, how you're seeing things, your perspective. Your perspective about something is what could be holding you back, Virgos, okay? And I'll explain a little bit more what I mean by this. So someone may be like doing something but not saying it, and so that's kind of throwing you off, and so you're questioning maybe their intentions. You're questioning like, well, they're doing this but like they're not saying this, so like how do you know, what do they really feel like? Am I like, you know, is what they're doing actually valid because they haven't said it? You know, it's like someone who's like acting loving, they're acting like your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and doing all these things and being sweet and buying you things and picking you up, dropping you off, whatever, but they haven't said the words I love you, or they haven't asked you to be their girlfriend or boyfriend, but they're kind of acting like it, okay? And so you're kind of thrown off. We're like, well, they kind of act like they like me and that they're into me, but they haven't said it, or they haven't like, you know, verbalized it or communicated it, so I don't know. Or like you may be thrown off, you're in your head a little bit too much this week, and you've been kind of in your feelings and maybe thinking about it or viewing it in the wrong way. And that's not to say that like you're not valid to think that way, okay? But I do feel like this person's actions are showing you a lot more than whatever it is that they could say, right? Because there are instances where people just talk. They say, oh yeah, this is this, but then their actions don't align, right? And in this case, I feel like this person is showing you a lot of positive, great actions. They're initiating, they want a new beginning with you. They're protective, and maybe they're protecting you and protecting this relationship. Or maybe you may feel like they're a little bit closed off, and they have certain belief systems and they may not be very open about it, or you kind of maybe feel like sometimes they have like a wall up, but I think it's just their nature. They're just very, maybe they're more like action oriented, and they may not be like as much of a talker as you possibly, or as confident or as comfortable, I think, maybe communicating, talking, but their actions usually kind of always show their intention, okay? Which I know maybe sucks when you want to hear certain things, but they don't say it, but maybe you should just give it time, because I feel like this person moves slow. They're making progress and they're doing the right things, but they like to take their time, and they don't like to rush through anything or rush through the process, but they have intentions of having a new beginning with you, or like a new relationship, or taking this seriously. And maybe they could be really like their spirituality, their beliefs, their philosophical thinkings, this could be really important to them, and they're really protective over this. And I think they're just trying to move slow and do the right things, so that they don't make any mistakes, okay? But you may be kind of like conflicted or like questioning things, and like you want to ask, but you're like, I don't know. And so it's kind of causing some blockages because you're overthinking things instead of just being in the moment, going with the flow, you know, having some fun. You're kind of thinking ahead a little bit too much, thinking a little bit too far, too ahead. And not giving this chance. Maybe you gotta wait a little bit to give this person a chance to kind of like do their actions, but also in time maybe communicate that with you. Or if it is bothering you so much, you communicate, just ask them, because maybe they're not comfortable with it and they just think you already know, or like, oh, like I thought we already were, and I didn't say it. So maybe you can just initiate and just communicate, possibly to help, because I feel like there's something you're thinking about a lot and it's bugging you, and you want to say it, but you're like, oh, I don't know, like I don't want to ruin the vibe or say the wrong thing. But I think if you just give it time, they will eventually come like talk to you about it, or like their actions are pretty much showing you their intentions, okay? But I do feel like if if this is bothering you so much, you need to speak up. You need to speak up. And maybe you'd be surprised that they'd be like, oh yeah, like yeah, we are, and they'd agree with you. It just maybe they just assumed that you guys were on the same page. But if you're having doubts, I think you just need to communicate that with them. They just may not be like, it just may not be on their mind to like talk about it with you. They just like maybe assume that you felt and you knew, oh well, I thought you just could tell that I cared, that I liked you. Like I thought it was obvious, you know? So let's continue on in the extended to get more information, to see where their energy is at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and follow it up with your advice at the end, okay? So we'll continue on in the extended, link will be below. I'll see you guys there, if not, I'll see you for your next reading, okay? All right, take care. Bye.